Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Joey Cruz, also known as Joie de Vive. Yeah, French name. Ayan. There are several revelations today, and it confirms our hunches that the goal of the House of Representatives, the joint committee that handled the committee hearing, calling us to appear, to share our knowledge to share our knowledge on matters that were raised by Rep. Barbers last December 4 and December 16. Saying that there are makapili vloggers, narco vloggers, and vloggers being paid by POGO operators. On December 16, Rep. Barbers called on law enforcement groups to investigate malicious vloggers and trolls and to act on any cyber crime that they would see. Very clear. The goal of the House of Representatives is to silence us, put us in jail, or if not, cite us in contempt, and God knows gaano kami katagal ilalagak dyan sa facility ng HOR. Worse, baka dalhin kami sa facility ng regular jail. And that is something that I cannot accept. Unang-una, yung mga subject matter na nilatag nila na sabaw. And, the message is this. We are not stupid. We are common citizens, but we are not stupid. Many things that were revealed today, how power tripper the House of Representative members in that committee, including Rep. Benny Abante, who, by the way, wanted to, open the conversation of me being put in contempt, being cited in contempt, merely because I mentioned that I have no knowledge about being a paid vlogger by drug money or POGO operators. Nothing to share. And if I have nothing to share, I am of no use to whatever goal that you wanted to achieve in that committee. How can you cite me in contempt if I am just concerned sa pera ng bayan? This actually revealed a very, very nonchalant attitude of our of the members of the House of Representatives. Wala kayong pakialam sa pera namin. Imbis na hinahanap nyo kung sinong naglagay nag-fill in ng blanco sa bicameral committee para magkaalaman tayo dito kung paano nyo binuo yung 2025 national budget, ang namin. Is that fair? Now, again, it's very clear. This is harassment. This is to silence us. This is really to make us feel intimidated and for us not to talk about public issues. And it can't happen. As a private citizen, ang bala na lang natin, boses natin. And they want that taken away from us, from me. Of course, you have all the resources. What do I have? Me and my mother. And you're going to use your privileges in the House of Representatives para takot-takutin ang taong kagaya ko? Now, ordinarily, I know that, it's easier to fold. It's easier to choose that route. But we realize, yung mga taong kasama ko dito, we realize that if we are going to fold, they are going to do what they are doing to everyone. Why? Because they have done this to retired generals, to men in uniform in active service, to the Vice President of the Philippines, to us vloggers, and they are not going to stop unless we stand up and confront this in the proper forum. So that is why we decided to bring this in a place where there is a level playing field. Doon tayo sa pantay ang laban. Hindi yung duduru-duruin nyo kami dyan, gagamitin nyo yung privilege ninyo, aabusuhin ninyo, gamit ang pera ng bayan kung saan kami rin ang nagpapasweldo sa inyo. It can't continue like this. Hindi po pwedeng ganon. Someone has to say something. And we were put in an opportunity to react. And sabi ko nga po kanina, pinag-isipan po namin ito. Alam po namin na hindi ito madali. But when an opportunity like this happens, it's very important to do the right thing. And I hope a lot of you will also protect your freedom. Every single Filipino should know the abuses of some of the members of the House of Representatives. Every single Filipino should know how the budget, taxes na pinaghihirapan natin araw-araw, pinagtatrabuho ng tama at patas, ay binababoy dyan sa Kongreso. And these are the things that we should all talk about, discuss, and demand transparency and accountability from the people who call shots. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nung nirelease po sino ba to? Si Dan Fernandez yung listahan na nandun yung pangalan namin. Meron siyang statement doon and it was quoted. Filipinos have the right to know the truth. We must protect them against our fellow Filipinos who spread misinformation that caused fear and division in our society. In other words, nung nilabas nila yung listahan, they already labeled us as purveyors of misinformation. Nakapatak na sa noon namin yun ng mga fake news kami. O gumagawa kami ng fake news. And that's why we are here. Because we want to tell the world that we are not. Hindi kami funded by Pogos, hindi kami funded by drug lords. You better ask Marcos because he can probably tell you na mayroong connection siya sa Pogo at saka yung mag-asawang Marcos na yan, yung despicable two na yan. Oh. So you see, when the day comes that you will invite me, I will tell you, hindi ako tatakbo. I don't run from a fight, I will dig in. Pero ito ang sasabihin ko sa inyo, members of this TRICOM. I will bring documents and allow me to speak. Because even if that is the inconvenient truth, that is the truth. Lahat kami rito, hindi namin alam kung paano gumawa ng fake news. We only tell what's the truth, even if it is inconvenient to those who are in power. So it's inconvenient to those who are in power. So mga kababayan, tandaan po ninyo, tingnan po ninyo, pag pumunta po kami doon, kinaladkad kami doon, you see how they will treat us. Observe, tingnan ninyo how they will treat us. How they will disrespect us. How they will remove our dignity. Kasi kung gagawin nila yan sa amin, gagawin din nila yan sa inyong lahat, 120 million Filipinos. Ginagawa kaming example to instill fear sa lahat ng Pilipino para manaig sila and they will remain in power for as long as they want. That's how hungry they are. Ganyan sila kaganid, ganyan sila uhaw sa kapangyarihan. All of them. Kaya tandaan po ninyo mga kababayan, nandito kami sa harap ninyo. We are not afraid to fight. In fact, dati, kanya-kanya kaming diskarte. Now, they banded us together. And we will speak with one voice. A voice that will ring in every Filipino's mind. We will fight and we will win.
Good afternoon po. Please forgive me if I'm I stutter or stall because I don't know why they call me a vlogger. I've never gone on live. I always just write. I'm a writer. In fact, if some of you are actual newspaper or publication writers here, I'm one of you. I'm an editor for Manila Bulletin and for Balita. I don't go on social media. I've never gone on live, not once. I've never been on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube. I'm not monetized. I'm a regular person who criticizes the government on my page. But because I've made powerful enemies, nandito ako. Nandito ako and I'm looking at you and it feels so surreal because I look at you and I'm there. Ako yan eh. Ako yan pag meron kaming kina-cover kasi editor ako ng Diaryo. But now I'm here just because I pissed off Martin Romualdez and Judah Sidre. I just want to share. I've been writing. I've been politically aware ever since Typhoon Yolanda hit my province of Leyte. But nobody has ever, and I'm just writing my thoughts because Facebook says what's on your mind. So you write what's on your mind. But apparently, I've pissed off Martin Romualdez and Judah Sidre. So nandito ako ngayon because I have an uncle who is one of their, contractors, one of their big contractors. Tapos matagal na akong sinasabihan, tumigil ka na, bumabangga ka sa pader. And the more they tell me that, the more I realize, parang, ba't mo ako papatigilin? Wala, kung may problema kayo sa sinasabi ko at mali, then sue me. You have legal remedies. You have defamation, you have cyber libel, the strictest, one of the strictest in the world. Libel, defamation. I've said defamation. So yun. And I just want to say that Martin Romualdez and Tingog Party List has continued to harass me and my family because we're all from Leyte. So they know my family. I just want you to know that because if something happens to me, it's them. Because if Martin calls my place of work, he's that kind of person. Judah Sidre calls my uncles because yung isang uncle ko, what do you call this? Contractor says is sa mga projects doon. Sinasabihan ako na makakadamay ka sa negosyo namin. And, parang, I don't know why I'm doing this, to be honest, because nakakadami nga naman ako sa kanila. Pero, we should all learn to fight for our country. Yun lang. Sabihin ko lang yun. Tsaka, very quickly, I just want to share what I wrote because Dan Fernandez would not read it, so I'll read it very quickly on why, because he dismissed it so easily as freedom of speech. It's not that simple. So I'll read very quickly on why, after careful consideration, I decided not to go. Aside from I know that I'm not going to get a fair, they're not going to listen to us. So first, I am not a vlogger. As I told you, I do not do lives. I do not have YouTube. I only have my Facebook. All my followers there, and DICT can check it, and BI Cybercrime can check it. They're all real. I've never paid for a follower. So, I'm not monetized. So I don't know kung ano yung basihan nila na gagawin kang just because I have followers. Social media vlogger na ako. I'm not monetized. I've never received anything from just writing on Facebook. That's all I do. I just write on Facebook. I don't even talk on YouTube. I am, however, a professional journalist. Ever since 2005, I've been working in publishing. I am currently an associate editor at Manila Bulletin. I'm also the editor of Balita. And what I am is a professional journalist with a social media following. There's a distinction. So, Filipinos, we are protected by the 1987 Constitution, Article 3 Bill of Rights, Section 4, Section 2, Section 18. But an extra layer of protection covers all journalists. The Republic Act number 6713 is a code of conduct and ethical standards saying all journalists have the right to demand transparency. Apart from that, we have the SOTO law, which allows us not to divulge our sources. So with all due respect to the HOR, I would like to say that an inquiry whose aim is to regulate social media is unconstitutional. The reason I did not go is I do not support, cannot tolerate, and will fight against the idea of muzzling free speech. If I appear before Congress, it's like me legitimizing them wanting to regulate us. So I did not appear. Because government interference is a no-no and should not be allowed in the area of free speech. Free speech na nga lang ang meron tayo. Yun na lang ang meron tayo against the abuses of their power. Tatanggalin pa nila. Sasabihin nila, fake news. Kung fake news, kasuhan nyo kami. Meron namang, we have legal remedies for those. So, okay. So I would also like to remind the House of Representatives that power is not forever. The legislation you want to enact now, that whatever you do now, somebody will do to you when you're no longer in power. So be careful how you treat us, because you will be treated like this when somebody else, because I'm sure it will not be you, will be in power the next time. I also take very deep offense that Representative Barbers said that he will invite narco-vloggers, pogo-vloggers, and fake news spreaders in the hearing, which he has repeatedly said, not just in the halls of Congress, but also in various interviews by media, which done in his home is not covered by his parliamentary immunity. Hindi siya parliamentary immune from saying na narco-vloggers kami. Dahil sinabi niya yon during his interview with TV stations. He has already pre-accused. So I would like to ask Representative Ace Barbers if he has any proof that all of us here are any of those. Because ano yung karapatan niya i-regulate yung... Because that's his premise that we are funded by narco vloggers, we are narco vloggers, we are pogo vloggers. So in this regard, we will, if he forces us, petition the court for habeas data so that the Congress will be compelled to release any document that show why suddenly he is accusing us of being narco and pogo vloggers. This is damaging to us as Filipinos, as private citizens, and me personally as a newspaper editor, because I've been working for 20 years and not once have I ever been sued by anyone. So, even during the time of Duterte, when I was fighting with people on social media, it was so easy to sue, But I was never sued because I know, hindi ako nag-aral para maging fake news spreader. So, so the term fake news spreader is used liberally by people to diminish the opinions of those they do not agree with. So that's what they're doing now. As for calling us narco vloggers, I am willing, as I am sure everyone here, to undergo drug tests alongside all the public officials who we pay with our taxes. We pay them with our taxes. We have a right to ask them to undergo narco vloggers. Alam ang narco vloggers kami, hindi kami nagda-drugs. So let's all take a drug test together. Kasi narco vloggers daw kami. Okay, so as I've said, we have legal remedies already provided by the courts. And these remedies are available both to me, a simple Filipino, and to them. Hindi lang kami ang may karapatan mag-sue ng slander or defamation, sila din. Fake news, we have libel, defaming someone, even a public official, can get you sued with defamation. Our cyber libel law is one of the strictest in the world. We have the Revised Penal Code and Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. So all these laws are provided for citizens. Whether, you can use it, they can use it. Hindi lang naman dahil congressman si Drilon sued a journalist, and he won. So it's not as if Ace Barbers cannot sue someone. It's not as if Martin Romualdez cannot sue someone. It's been done before. We could be sued. A congressman can sue someone. So why are they not using it? Bakit ipapatawag kami para dun sa HOR para magawa nila yung gusto nila? It's not a level playing field. We're not going. Hindi naman kami tanga na pupunta kami doon. Tas gagawin nilang gusto nila sa amin. Gusto niyo ng gulo? Gusto niyo ng dito sa labas? And then, if gusto niyo talaga kami ipatawag, hindi namin ibibigay yung sarili namin easily. You will go through legal hoops. to get us. Hindi kami tanga, hindi kami aso, na pupunta kami sa HR kasi pinatawag nyo kami. Kung gusto nyo kaming kunin, makukuha nyo kami, pero paghihirapan nyo. And malalaman ng buong mundo kung anong ginagawa nyo. We will not allow it. Hindi kami ignorante, we know our rights. And then another one, I'll wrap this up quickly. I have not spoken in many years. So, and also, I would like to share my observation that the invite list is composed of anti-administration bloggers. They have two, token, pro-admin bloggers, dalawa. So, are they inferring that the fake news spreaders are, the critics are fake news spreaders, pero sila hindi? Yung mga tao nila, yung mga bayad nila, yung mga pro-admin bloggers, hindi? Sila nagsasalita ng masama against kay Duterte, nagsasalita ng masama against kay Sara, but it's not considered disrespect. But when we do it, it's disrespect. We're not gonna allow parang double standard kasi bayad namin kayo. Our taxes are paying for you.
At yun nga mga kababayan, anong masasabi niyo sa balitang ito? Maaring ihayag ang inyong opinyon at kuro-kuro sa comment section sa ibaba. Huwag din kalimutang mag-like, mag-subscribe at mag-share sa bidyong ito. Maraming salamat sa panonood.